All right, so yesterday, which is Monday, I'm getting home, and the kids were off school, and Val was off. So they were like, they had a doctor's appointments, and they were just chilling. You know what I mean? So they were already
Mm,
home. So Sunday was when Let Us Hamster passed, right? So
mm,
we're like still like sad from that. So I'm getting home on Monday, like, damn man, I'm glad I'm home. Like, get to chill, relax. You know what I'm saying? Get a little better vibes going. I'm pulling up to my house, and I'm like 3 or 4 houses away, right? As I'm pulling up, I see a guy parked in the middle of the street, out of his car, yelling in the direction of the kids.
oh,
Cause like the kids are in front of the yard, like playing with the neighborhood kids. Like they're in my
mhm.
yard playing. They got the basketball hoop up, and a guy is like yelling at Josias.
Yo, chill out.
Dog. There was like he was like a little bit in front, and there was cars behind him, and obviously they were stopped because he stopped in the middle of the road.
Mm,
I went in through the grass on the side, like through like two neighbors' yards, parked right on my lawn, got out of the car. Long story short, Buddy drives away. There was a cop there the whole time. I didn't even know, bro. I was just so hot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all I see is a dude like in like a menacing kind of posture towards my kids from far away. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
That's all I
Right.
see. So I just see red.
mhm.
The cop is like, yo, what happened? Like, it didn't get physical, but like the cop is like, what happened? And I'm like, I don't honestly, bro, I don't even know what happened. I just seen him out the car yelling at the kids, and regardless of what's going on, this is a kid neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, kids are
Yeah.
gonna be out and about. That's what it is. Deal with it, bro. If you got to drive slower, drive slower. Whatever the case is, dog. If I ever see you talking to my kids, period, bro, we're gonna
Talking
have some
wild.
serious problems, homie.
Mhm.
Dog, I was hot. Yo, I was out there screaming. Like a whole bunch of people came out. The cop, like after the cop, when he came up, dog, I was still so hot. Like I wasn't cursing at the cop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't getting husky with him. I was just like just talking reckless, like to the cop, like when he was asking me what happened. You know what I'm saying? And I realized it like halfway through, like, dog, what am I saying right now? I need to chill.
Yeah.
But dog, I was just so hot, bro. I
Yeah.
was steaming, bro.
And that's you pulling up to the crib, seeing this happen?
Dog, I'm pulling up. I'm a few houses away, and I see the guy out of his whip, and I see Josiah's there, like on the sidewalk, and I see that the guy is like yelling, like there's an issue. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Which was like when I came out, I'm like, dog, what's the issue? He's
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, is this your son? I'm like, dog, don't be asking me no questions. What's the issue? Like
Right.
I was, ooh man, I came out 38 hot right from the beginning, bro.
She.
It was, dog, it was like too much. I was already like stressed out because of the hamster thing, bro. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
emotions was already high. I'm like looking forward to getting home. And
Mm.
this, like, it was like a crazy. I'm like, I didn't even, I'm like, bro, why did that even happen, dog? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah.
It's like, first of all, for you to even get out your car to even
And like
fix
you
your
yelling
face
at
and
a
say
kid,
anything to a
bro?
You
kid,
find out what
dog.
it was?
Basically, what it was is Buddy was tight because he had to like slow down because a ball went in the road. And then
Oh, come on.
Josias went to get the ball. And when he was coming back, he was just like, this is the kid saying it. So I take it with a grain of salt.
Mhm.
But basically, like the guy had already passed, and Josias was doing like a funny little walk across the street. And the
Mhm.
guy like saw him apparently in the rear view and stopped, backed up, and then got out. Like he had already passed, they
Yeah,
said.
that's
Like
a
Ain't
deal.
no
the
way,
the
bro.
issue was already resolved, and then he just came back. Maybe he ain't like the little dance or whatever, and then he just
Mhm.
came out. And they said that it's funny because I was talking about it with the kids afterwards, like at night, like after it all passed and everything.
Mm.
And they said that Buddy was yelling, like he got out of his car husky. You know what I'm saying? The thing
Mhm.
is, when I got there, it was very, very cordial. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
it wasn't the same vibe, apparently. Like I didn't even know that he was yelling. You know what I'm saying? Because when I got there, I just came out hot, and he just, he piped down real quick.
Mhm.
And it was like one of them situations where, like, when I heard afterwards, I'm like, bro, I'm glad I didn't even see what happened, because
Mhm.
like I might have even reacted worse, like if I would have
Mm.
That's
actually
wild.
like seen the situation unfold. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, we
like,
knew he wasn't gonna pipe down from the fact, just from the fact that he actually took the time to reverse to feed his ego and yell at some kids.
that,
You know
and
what I'm
that's
saying?
exactly what I told my kids. I'm like, the fact that he even got out his car let me know off rip that he was wrong. Because there's no situation where you need to be getting out of your car, bro. Especially with some kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no situation where you're gonna give me a reason and that's gonna make sense to me.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, when I just came out the car, I was already on go.
It didn't even matter. Yeah,
you already fucked up. Like, what are you even doing here, bro? But yeah, man, that was crazy, dog. And then, like, when he left, I just like went and got like a beach chair, and I put in the yard, and I just stayed out there until like the kids finished playing. Because I'm like, bro, I wish he would try to
come back. Yeah.
I was on that
crazy.
time yesterday, dog.
Yeah,
I was hot, bro.
You didn't recognize him? You don't know where he lives or anything?
I don't even know. I don't even know what he looks like, bro. Like, I was just so tight that I was just
saw
like,
red.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Damn.
He's like, yo, it was funny because like towards the end, he was a square, bro. He just came out like talking crazy to kids. But towards the end, I'm like telling him like I don't want to ever see him again in front of my house. Like, and he's like, but I live here. And I'm like, dog, obviously your bitch ass can drive to your house. But if I see you slow down in front of my house, if I see you walk in front of my house, if I see you in front of my house at all, we're gonna have a problem, dog. You could drive down the street all you want. I don't care, but I better not see you in front of my fucking house, on my sidewalk, in my grass, like slowing down, nothing, homie. I was dog. I was hot. I was so hot.
Yo, don't hit up with them, but I live here.
Yeah, bro. He thought he was about to have a room or something, dog.
Oh my god, bro. That's funny as hell, dog. That's crazy, though.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I would have been on the same type of time, bro. That's one thing you don't play with, bro. You don't play with the kids, bro.
Yeah, my son. After when we were talking about it, my son was like, "Dang, daddy, like I never seen you like that. That was crazy. Like I didn't even know how to feel."
Yo, low key, he knew how to feel. He was like, "Yeah, beach."
No, bro, we was like at some event, and all my boys had their kids there, and one dude yelled at Jay's kid, and I was like, "Hold on, who yelled?" I was like, "Yo, Jay, come here, real quick, real quick." Like, nah, you don't yell at the kids.
You don't do that.
Yeah, bro. That's like an instant, right? Like I don't even care.
Everybody came over. It was one dude. We all come over. Like, what's up? Who are you yelling at right now?
Yeah, even if you have an issue, girl, you just go to the door and be like, "Hey, man, I was driving by. Your kids was, you know what I'm saying? You talk to the parents, like you don't yell at nobody kids like that, man. Nope. That's crazy."
Yeah, and especially in family too. You know what I'm saying? Because like it made me think about my brother. He had his bachelor party at Andretti's. Like it started at Andretti's in downtown. I mean, not downtown Orlando, like on I Drive, the go-kart place, and it ended up at a Player One bar.
Okay.
But when we were at Andretti's, there was like a group of dudes that was like wasted, that was like behind us in line when we were doing something. I think it was the laser tag or something. And my brother and his friends are like real like nice people. You know what I'm saying? Like they all go to church. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother was a pastor at the time, and I mean he's still a pastor, but he was a pastor. He like some of the people was involved in the church there. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a real like nice group. And one of the dudes that was drunk in that one group was just like, you know, when you can just pick up that vibe where they know that you're nice and you're not on that type of time, so they want to get funny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They want to be bullies.
And then like a little similar kind of situation happened there, and my brother and his boy were just like laughing and like kind of cracking on me the whole night because I'm real quiet. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't really be like even loud, you know what I'm saying? But like when stuff like that happens, dog, like it just ignites this thing in me, bro. And I just black out, dog. Like I don't even know. Like it's just like it just awakens something in me, bro. And it's like that guy like trying to like disrespect my brother, dog. That shit just sent me over the edge, dog. Like, and even that dude was like, "Yo," he was basically like, "Yo, chill." You know, I've been drinking. I'm like, I don't care, dog. We all go out and we all been drinking, dog. But you drinking shouldn't have nothing to do with what we going on. And you better, stay on your side and don't be on your shit. Like, if you gonna do that shit, do that with your group. Like,
yeah, facts.
I'm drinking too, bud. Right. What's that mean? I ain't out here disrespecting kids.
Right, what's wrong with you?
That's something that like I would say bothers me the most about being an adult. That like you can't fight. Like that's not a thing anymore. Like fighting is gone. Like when you're an adult, that's charges, that's legal issues. Like fighting is out the window, bro. Like you used to be able to just fight and that was it. Whatever the issue was, it was resolved and you done. Now, dog, like you're an adult, you can't move like that. And I honestly feel like that's bullshit, bro.
I do too.
But the whole thing is as an adult, a lot of people are strapped, and that's what these cowards always lead to.
That's what I'm saying.
So even if you try it at these days, they're gonna just pull out the strap.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just lame, man. Yeah, super lame. But that's what it is, man. It's funny because I was listening to this Bill Maher thing, like the Bill Maher show, and he was basically just talking. Well, they were talking about on the panel just how like nowadays the street cred thing is a lot different, just from the point of view of like before it was a little more justified in the sense of like they were fighting for territory. They were fighting for corners, like that. They were fighting for money, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it was a different kind of motivation, different kind of hustle. Like now, somebody attacks your character on like TikTok or Instagram or Twitter or something, that warrants like a street beef where like people die, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And it's like that, like the type of time people be on is like. It just don't make no sense. It's like the Friday movie, you know what I'm saying? John Witherspoon, like that little speech he gave his son in the movie, like, bro, you know, y'all kids always going to the gun, like all you need is these, you know what I'm saying?
All you need is these right here.
That's the problem though, is like niggas are scared to lose a fight.
Oh, big time.
That's the problem, bro. That's really what it is. People are scared to lose a fight, like you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Like,
I just feel like that's
beat me up.
Like I'd rather lose a fight than try to fight and get killed. Like it wasn't that deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's deep. Yeah. And that's the type of time I was always on. Like I'd rather just, even if I'm gonna lose the fight, I'd rather fight because usually that ends it. Like whatever little, you know, you ain't gonna mess with, even if you beat me in a fight, you're not gonna mess with me no more because you know you're not just gonna whoop my ass or you're just gonna walk all over me. Like, you know, you're gonna have to earn this one. So that usually kills everything right there, you know.
Nah, that's why like ever since I've known how to box, I've never had a fight because I know I could fight, and I don't have to prove that because I know. So if it ever happens, I'm ready. But because I know, and there's a lot of people who don't know and who think they get their ass whooped, and those are the loudest people with the loudest barks and the littlest bites.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, there is a lot of niggas that I owe an ass whooping to, but I'm gonna just leave it there. Because I have so much patience, bro, and sometimes I feel like that's my Achilles heel, bro. It's like my pro and my con because I have so much patience. But sometimes, bro, I just feel like there's some niggas that really deserve that ass whooping.
Oh yeah, I'm with you.
That. I'm on that. Like for me, if I'm almost on like when it happens to me, as far as like somebody does me wrong. I brush it off more than like how I was saying like a family thing or something like that. Cause it's like, if you do me wrong, like you lost me. That's you. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? That I'm not losing out of that situation. You losing out that situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's something you taught me, bro. Real talk.
Yeah. And it's like, it kind of goes back to the being a kid thing. Like nowadays, you know, any kind of retaliation, like it could really lead you to some real trouble. So it's like, am I gonna hurt my life over a fucking lame? Like, you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense. Like even just giving them any time of day, you know, like I always hate seeing when people like post about somebody they don't mess with no more, like, or like you can tell that they're obviously still like holding that resentment so hard. And it's like, dog, you're letting that person win. By giving them so much of your energy when they're not even thinking about you almost. Like they're just living their life. They're cool. They already fucked over 3 more people since they fucked you over.
Facts. Big facts.
I tell it to a lot of people, even family members who still hold resentment for people. I'm like, yo, if you still hold that, you're just showing them they still make you feel some type of way. They probably never think about you ever again.
Exactly.
As long as you hold on to that. That's you. It's all of you now.
Yeah, you turn it into like your own. So many people like they see the bad in others and they turn it into like a thing for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like like a thing they have to conquer themselves. Like you could just ignore that person and cut that person off, and that's it. Like you don't got to deal with none of their stuff from any point of view
at all. Yeah,
like,
that's why I like that Fab line. He said, "If I fuck with you, you gonna feel that shit, and if I don't fuck with you, you gonna feel that shit too." That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna know if I don't fuck with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how
yeah, now one of the things you said to me, bro, that I feel like you taught me this shit, and then I've taught like 5 other people the same shit. Where it's like, you know, it's especially when it comes to bread. Like if somebody screws you over on money, like that's the cost you pay to know that they're not solid. You know what I'm saying? And like I feel like I've learned that lesson multiple times, but like that's where the whole concept of that PMPY song came from. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I've had so many people play me, but in the end, they really play themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's like I've seen that happen over and over again, and it's such a, it's just crazy, bro. It's crazy that people are so like not solid, man. But,
it's funny, man. Me and Freddie had a long conversation earlier, just because I missed a call with him last week. Just had a lot of crazy stuff going on, and we kind of just caught up today, and we were even talking about that, and he was just talking from the point of view of like, man, he tries to not think that people are so, you know, questionable as they are. Like he always wants to assume people are solid. You know what I mean? Not that he's naive at all, because if you know Freddie, he's
definitely
one
not.
bit.
Yeah.
But you know, he would like to think that somebody's solid before, you know, he questions if they're solid or not. You know, and it's like, man, unfortunately, you know, most people are not. That's just the world we live in. That's just the ratios of stuff. That's how they've been. Like it is what it is, dog. Like that's one thing that a lot of people don't like to talk about, because you don't know where you fall on that scale. Like out of every 100 people, you know, there's, you know, 7 out of 10 of them are lost. And you don't want to, you know, that puts you at 30% chance for you not to be lost. So it's like people don't want to realize that, because then it really like puts into perspective, like, dang, like, what am I doing with my life? You know what I'm saying? But, you know, this is something that I would like to hear y'all opinion on, that me and Freddie was talking about. Like, do you think there's a difference between being someone that's just content with life, as far as like you're not really chasing anything, you're just kind of cool with like being quote unquote mediocre? Do you think there's a difference between that person and the person that's the same exact way, but has a goal or has a dream?
There's a difference. Yeah, there's definitely a difference.
What do you think is the difference?
I think that like, so I feel like a person that's just like, what was the first word you said? Like as far as like they're like
just content? Somebody that's like content with being mediocre. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like a person that's content with being mediocre, like I literally just had this conversation with my mentee and explained to her, because she's a nurse, and I'm gonna just use this example. You know, she feels like she was so unhappy because she's going through nursing school. She's been a nurse for 1.5 years, and she is miserable with being a nurse. She's making great money, but she's not happy with what she's doing. And so I was explaining to her, I'm like, yo, you're 25 years old, bro. You're making $45 an hour. You know, what you need to be doing is thinking long-term rather than thinking that this is your end all be all. Yeah. So she's trying to break the chain, not the chain, but she's trying to break her mindset of being content, because it's like, all right, I accomplished my goal. I'm a nurse, but I'm not happy being a nurse. But you're 25 making $45 an hour. When I was 25, I was making $16 an hour and not even in school. And you're light years ahead of that, where by the time you're my age, you can own your own business. You can do whatever, because you have the capital to do that. Yeah. So this is your grind time. So when I explained that to her, she was like, damn, I never even thought about it like that, because she is thinking as I've accomplished my goal and I'm content with where I'm at, but I'm not happy with what I'm doing. So that's somebody that obviously she's not a content person, but somebody that is content would have been like, well, this is it. I'm gonna make $45 an hour and get my little 2% raise every year. You know, somebody that's content and has goals and dreams and stuff like that, they're thinking the way I'm just explained to her, where it's like, I'm content with where I'm at, but what's the end goal? What's the, you know, what am I doing today that's going to help me get closer to the end goal or the dream or the, whatever it may be.
The next chapter.
Dream. You know what I'm saying? Because if I was content with where I was when I was making $16 an hour, I could have still been doing that. You know what I'm saying? But I still wouldn't have had a studio. I still wouldn't have had a house. I still wouldn't have had anything that I have. But at the end of the day, I was living a content life, but still chasing those goals that was in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the way I see it. What do you think, Joe?
I agree. I think there's a difference. I think because there's a difference between wanting something and taking a long time to achieve because it's not your main priority, but you want to achieve it. So you take the little steps by steps. Over time, you progressively just get better at it. Mm-hmm. And then you're just not trying and just talking about it for years,
Yeah.
And you sit there and you have people in your life who talk about it for years. And after all these years, you hear them talking about it, and that raises doubt in everybody's mind. It's like, bro, you've been saying this for all this time, and it's like just you haven't taken one step towards even trying to do that.
Right.
And I feel bad because those people look for support, and it's hard to get support after talking about it for so long. But it's like, just take one action, take one step towards it, and you have everybody on your side supporting you.
Yeah.
But just saying it, just saying it is not gonna gain support. And I think that's a big factor in accomplishing a goal. It's the support of your peers and the people around you. You can't obtain anything on your own.
And go ahead. I'm sorry, John.
Yeah, no, and that's what I feel. So I feel after time you start seeing that in people. You start seeing those traits, and you're able to see a difference between somebody who has a goal, who may not have reached it or getting close to reach it, but you see them doing little by little to reach it, versus people who talk about a goal for the last 10 years and haven't done a thing about it to get there.
So I'll make one last example. So like I would say 5-6 years ago, I was like financially content with where I was, but where I was didn't allow me to create the way I would have liked to, right? In Lester, you know what I'm saying? We can both say the same thing, you know what I mean? Where we weren't able to create the way we would like to. However, we still had dreams and we still had goals. So like, even though we were content in this part of our life, we still did things to make sure that we were still accomplishing our goals and our dreams. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like you can do both, but there is a difference with the person that's just content, completely, because you can be miserable for 40 years and working a job and hating it and being content. Or you can be, you know what I'm saying, content, but also still chasing your dreams and goals,
Yeah. So what Joe was kind of saying kind of was leading into how I felt about it when me and Freddie was talking about it. Was just like, to me, the person that has the dream with no action, like you were saying, Joe, to me, they're the same as the content person. Because you're just saying that you want to do something to just kind of trick yourself into thinking that there's something coming when you really know that you're not going to do the work to make it happen. You know what I mean? So like with me, it's like, the way I look at it is like, you just got to have some kind of action. Like you said, Joe, like anything that you do, and it don't even got to be something where you're trying to
change the world,
make money or change the world, or exactly what I was going to say. Like, it don't got to be something crazy. It might just be you picking up a paintbrush and getting a little good at that, just to put some art around your house. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or something that makes you feel good about yourself.
Exactly. It's just something to get your mind going, to expand your horizons in your own mind. Like, I feel like there's so much. That's something me and Freddie was talking about too. Like, there's just so much information available to you to just even explain life to a certain degree, that for people to waste it is still like baffling to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like how you were talking about, Quincy, like somebody that might just be at a job for 40 years, just miserable. Like at the end of the day, I'm not saying that you could change your situation as far as like, it's just so easy to make more money, but you could at least try to figure out a way to make a lateral movement to be in a place that's more conducive to the type of person you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, life is so customizable, and it's such a thing where like, for you to just accept being unhappy all the time, like, you're just not even trying.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. 100%.
And you don't even have to know the person. Like, and I can tell you this, like, I was in a work experience one time and I met somebody on the first day, like day 1 of 7. and we got to know each other. They told me their story, and they told me where they are in life and their goals. And I was like, that's awesome. One, that's an awesome idea. It's awesome that you think like that. That's great for you. And then the rest of those 7 days where I really got to know them, I was like, wow, like, you're not doing anything to get there. Yeah. And it wasn't even a he.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow. I was like, you're completely different from the person. But that's the thing, like deep down inside, they want that.
Mm-hmm.
They want that. But they wake up the next day and just, nah, I'm not. I'll just chill where I'm at. I'm not gonna go towards that. I'm like, man, I heard the world from you. And like the 6 days after that, it seems like you don't give a shit. You're cool with what you are, and you have like this persona of you're cool with what you are, and everybody thinks you're cool with what you are. So might as well be that person. It's like, nah, like there's something deeper in there that you want to be, but you're never gonna get there if you keep trying to prove you are this person to everybody else around you.
Besides actually being that person.
I mentioned it a few times on the pod, but like I hate anybody that likes to just sit around and daydream.
Yeah.
Like not the person, but I just hate that action. Like if that inkling even starts, like I have to leave or I have to change the subject. Like it bothers, like it literally bothers me. Like if people are sitting around talking about, oh, if I won the lottery, I would do this. What about you? Yeah. And everybody lays out like they're like
what they would do.
Out plan.
Yeah. You know what sucks for the people who don't have any kind of resources or help to get there versus people who do and they still sit on it when you actually have assets and like financial people that can help you that are willing to help you, but they feel the same way about you. They're like, you got to show it. Like you have all the help in the world. You can get there. You know, powerful people. And you still don't do it versus the people who have those dreams and they just have, no help to do it, which is a disservice to them too.
I'm about to pull up. I think, man, I hope I could find it. I know Jari posted something earlier that basically was right along those lines. Oh, here we go. The right resources always go to the wrong people.
Yep.
Bro,
there you go. Exactly what I was saying.
That always comes up with like exactly what we're talking about. Like there's so many people out here trying to get it. And for some reason, the person that's next to the person that can make it happen is always lazy, bro. Like even to like equate it to music, like there's so many people that ended up making music just because they were behind an artist. And the artist was so lazy that the person was like, yo, let me just do this myself. They just been around it enough that they know what they need to do. And they're just somebody that works hard, so they make it happen. There's so many quote unquote whack artists that get on that the reason why they're kind of whack is because they just started making music or they're not really an artist. Like,
on their own, they don't have the help that they had in the beginning.
And it's like, but they just did it, like you can't. That's why like with music is so subjective, and you can kind of sonically understand what's whack. But at the end of the day, bro, anybody that's making money off music and hustling off this music stuff, bro, my hat goes off to them because it's tough. Like regardless. Even if your music is whack, if you're making money off of it, bro, that's
right.
That's the gold mine right there.
Facts.
Hear that.
But yeah, man, we can start drawing this one to a close. I wanted to make sure we got something out for that week, just because we got crazy for everybody. And man, Sunday, at the end of last week, freaking came home. My wife had been sick for a few days, so we were like kind of playing catch up. We also had to like go like do a few errands and stuff. So we did all our stuff. We get home, man, and my daughter's hamster is like in the middle of dying, bro.
Oh man,
on some like traumatic stuff. Like apparently they have these issues with their intestines, and like it basically something happens where they start bleeding out their bottoms, and like they'll die, And we basically caught the hamster like in the middle of that. So the hamster was like, dog, when I tell
like screaming and stuff, like
it wasn't screaming, but this hamster was dying. Like the only way I can equate it is like somebody that got shot in a movie. Like when it's like a long drawn out death of somebody that got like shot right in the chest or in the stomach or something. Dog, it was so traumatic, and everybody was crying. Dog, I was crying. My kids were crying. My wife was crying. Dog, it was such a crazy heated moment because like if you would have just got home and it would have been dead or something, it's like, oh, you know, it's a little easier to handle. But
you witnessed it. That's a little different.
That's crazy,
bro. It was I never thought a hamster death would affect me so much, bro. But that hamster death was crazy, bro.
No, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You witnessed it. That's all you got to say, bro. If I witnessed my dog, bro, oh God.
Dog, I woke up in the middle of the night thinking about the hamster, bro. It was crazy.
That's the strong, man. That is strong.
Bro, like that was the thing. That was like the main thing I got from it. Like, dog, like even at this level, bro, this is tough. This is hard, bro. Like, yo, and it was raining all day. We went outside and buried this hamster in the rain with umbrellas out. We looked like it was like a scene. It looked like the scene where Uncle Ben died in Spider-Man, bro. Like it was mad dramatic, bro.
They let Tony Stark go
dramatic. Dog. Oh yeah, dog. It was nuts, bro. Nuts. It took us like a whole day and a half to even come down, and then to bring it back full circle. That's when that next day is when I came home and that guy was outside screaming.
Oh yeah, he was about to get
all. Oh man,
he was about to
get all.
Yo, back. But I say that to say this. Rest in peace, my cookie girl. Her name is Cookie. I always called her my cookie girl, and you know, she was very loved in this house.
No, my condolences for sure. That's a strong feeling.
Yeah, my daughter spent a lot of her own hard-earned money on that hamster to make sure she had the best life, and she did have the best life.
Yeah,
she was very loved, and she made a big impact on us. And I'm sure that we will never forget Cookie.
Rest in peace, dog.
I don't want to take away from that, but Quincy knows the story, and that's the basis of my tattoo. That's the reason I got this tattoo. Death is inevitable, and you can't cheat death, whether yourself or anybody around you. You can't. Death is going to happen eventually.
Facts.
No matter what you do to push it off, death is inevitable, and it's something you got to accept for yourself and the people around you, including animals and family members and family animal members. It's something that you can't. It's something that you deal with every single day you wake up. You didn't die.
Yep.
And everybody around you, every day they wake up, they didn't die, and that's the strong significance between the tattoo I got. So it kind of correlates with what you were just talking about. Death is strong, man.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Hey, man. After that, there's only one thing to say, dog. You already know, Quincy. What is it?
Staying tin, Butterington.
You fear me.